Good morning, everyone. What a freak. I don't know. I don't know if we're live on YouTube. I really don't. There we go. We are. This stupid ass. Good morning, everyone. What a freaking way to start off your day. Good morning. Good morning. Why does it think this is upcoming? Guess I'm going to delete it. All right. No one's in the house. I mean, no one could probably find the video. Ding, 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 ding. Stock market's been open for 8 minutes and I've been struggling to get this video going, but we are good to go. Live on Rumble. We're live on Twitter. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Nostradamus. Mike's in the house. How you doing, brother? He's got faith in me. Yeah. I went through all that because when I start my stream, you have to like choose Rumble and Twitter. And I'll do it like I'll choose Rumble and then I'll choose Twitter. Sometimes that unchecks Rumble. And I forgot to check and it did that. So I stop it. And it doesn't affect Twitter and Rumble, but YouTube will start a completely like, so when I restart, it starts a new stream in YouTube instead of reconnecting to the old one. It's super annoying. Super duper annoying. Gosh. BTC looks good. A lot healthier than yesterday. Big area here. Just need to clear that track line. You and your track lines. 106. You got a track line? Coinbase. Let's go, baby. Did I make a mistake in Coinbase? Bitcoin's at that track line of hers. Yeah, there's a little bit of support and resistance there. It's not the end of the world. Ding, 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 ding. Let's get into the stock market. Probably no rant today. We had a rant yesterday. Boom, boom, boom. Jason in the house. How you doing, brother? You have some coin, don't you? Yeah. I sold, like, I kind of want those 300 shares of coin back. We got to do some math. Is 1,000 shares better than 300 shares of coin? No. 1,000 shares of hood is 77,000. Coin's pulling back a little. 300 shares of coin would be 90,000. So I shouldn't have sold. Shouldn't have sold. I mean, they're both up. So, I mean, remember when coin and Tesla, I was worried about catching that? Ooh, coin's catching up, baby. Now there's like a $27 gap. I'm not really thinking I made a mistake again. I need to diversify a little bit. Being all in one item is risky. I mean, I don't know how much diversification there is between coin and hood. They're in the same arena, kinda. Alpha. Ooh, what? We're doing the alpha report again. Hood, I'm concerned, you know, the whole X thing, is that going to cut into Hood's Hood? Should we get rich? Should we trim some Hood off just because of the X factor? You know what I'm talking about. They're going to be offering complete financial whatchamacalls it, banking, stocks, crypto. All right. Alpha report. Let's see what we got. Relatively limited war flight to safety of bonds. Bombers in position with refueling aircraft ready. However, Iran now open to negotiate limits to enrichment. The only way negotiations with Iran are going to work is if we can go on site to these facilities. And can you trust Iran? You can't, bro. Like, they're going to be hiding and moving shit. Like, oh, they're just buying time to move and obfuscate. Trump said he's offering 2 weeks. He's offering 2. So he said it's going to take him 2 weeks to make a decision. Somewhat of a taco, but probably better for the world. Yeah. Since striking and failing, we're not going to fail. It's possible. We're not. There's no failing, bro. Come on, Velez in the house. We will strike and strike and strike, and then they will tell us, yeah, that strike was successful, and then they will strike again, and they'll say Trump always chickens out, expecting relative calm, blah, blah. Fed Waller suggests cutting rates as soon as July. Yeah. Oh wow, we got some stuff. Trade. Let's see what he has on the trade, because this is where alpha would be. Coin heating back up. Man, what a freaking move. Look at that. Look at that. That big green candle reminded me to take some Cialis. I didn't take my Cialis yesterday. Rock Johnson in the house. My take, long-term commodity and competition 2 to 10 years from now will be fierce. Circle kept going Wednesday substantially because the stablecoin bill was passed. The second chamber, this brought Circle back in the news. That's why coin's up big too. Trades for the next 18 months should probably be up. Excuse me. I've been saying I think the market's gonna do a blow off top into the end of the year. So I don't know about 18 months. Like, they're gonna want it because in 18 months it's midterms. So do they want it? So does that make sense? Yeah. Keep it heated up to midterms and then it drops off. That would be like kind of a thesis you should look at. The Republicans are going to do everything they can to keep the market up going into midterms, which are about 15 months away. No, 16, 17 months away. Oh, that's his 18 months. So if you want to ride the 18 months, just expect ups and downs. Oh, expect ups and downs. That's alpha. Have trailing stops. Wah. 10 to 20. Wah. Wrong. QQQ 535 target. That's a weird target. Why would it not be 540? He needs to get a better quant. 540 is all time high, and we're butting up against it. We're 1%. We're at 2 weeks away from World War III and 1% from all-time highs. I think someone was. I don't know if this is true. They were saying on Twitter the Iranian stock exchange got bombed and was rallying. JT in the house. How you doing, brother? I did not corroborate that. That were just some Twitter people. It's probably made up. Tesla up in India showroom invites possibly en route to 347. We have a Tesla position that is a problem. Let's see. We need that one to heat up. I mean, this is going to be a minimal loss. Oh, hood's down $1.50, bro. Wow, no. What's going on? The market's up. I can't believe that it actually had hookworms on my tomato plants. You got, is that, JT, I didn't know you had Tourette's. Friday, everyone. Don't make any changes. No right Friday. I'm doing some stuff today. A little bit scary. Gotta work this weekend. You talking about Tesla? He didn't hear about that. They're not going to let them do the taxis yet. Oh, really? Is that why it's tanking? That's not good. Yeah, I didn't know Texas. All my exes live in Texas. What do you mean Tourette's? Oh, because you just made some random ass comment. You know, people with Tourette's just randomly shout shit out. It was a joke, bro. Calm down. I bet Jason got it. God is great. Tesla's sending out invites for Robotaxi. Where's your news coming from? It is continuing to dip a little. Stupid. Costco website's having problems. That's freaking annoying. I ordered a new camera. That was really frustrating because that's $700 bill. You guys think I'm made of money? Should probably just go. Well, I kind of need a camera for work, but I don't need a $700 camera. I usually get all your Tourette's out on the drive. Yeah, shouting at, screaming at people like road rage. I've definitely been there. Where is computers, bro? Oh, computers. PC gaming. Can you imagine if that PC's in? I don't know that I really want to spend $3,000 right now. Yelling at dumbasses. You know the expression, you see a dumbass once, you see a dumbass. You see dumbasses all morning, maybe you're the dumbass. Out of stock. Come on, Tesla, let's rally, baby. Come on, Hood. ETH up, Coinbase. Let's go around the horn. E-mini S&P up 18, NASDAQ up 97. That's pretty impressive considering how down it was yesterday. That was a pretty crappy report, by the way. That is not alpha, bro. That is just his thoughts. And he keeps trailing stops and some. I mean, it's a quick review of, like, I guess what's going on and a bunch of shorthand and that is just ridiculous alpha, bro. Ridiculously bad. Don't get me wrong. I like the Meet Kevin for the most part that just kind of covers the news. It's just kind of, good watch, kind of good background. I don't want to hear about his house hack and all his little things that he's constantly selling. I got the news from Bloomberg. You have Bloomberg Terminal? Early this week, I sold a bunch of Palantir and never bought anything since I'm sitting on my hands. Just don't feel very comfortable. What's going? Aren't you the one that said buy after Trump gets elected? Wait until after the election? Was it wait until after the election and continue to sit on your hands? Never did finish cutting the field of mine, lazy. That's uncharacteristic of you, being lazy. I'm going to go do that today before it gets too freaking hot. Today is summer solstice, the longest day of the year. Going forward, every day gets a little bit shorter. All right, Tesla heating back up. Coinbase 302. What are bonds doing? Down 14 ticks. That's not how you get rate cuts. All right, let's see how Palantir is doing. I thought selling that was a mistake. It's a mistake. I mean, it's about right where you sold it, I think. What's gold doing? 333. What's the M2 SPX doing? Kind of hanging out. Volatility. Is that right? Down $3? That seems massive. Only down 0.13 on the futures. I got some cash. Can I roll this maybe? For a debit. Good, trying to charge back. I sold. It was just dumb luck. Oh, well, you can buy it back cheaper, bro. You be like, I don't know. I think you don't care about short-term capital gains, I guess. You're fighting short-term capital gains, bro. F that noise. Like, I don't really want to sell my hood over in the small account because I think it's a great stock. I don't know when I bought it. Hopefully it's still... It's really lame that... This only goes back 120 days. Oh, it was like March. I could, what I can do, and I think I'm going to do. Let's see, July, June, May, April. Yeah, I think it was in March. You know what is strange? I was thinking this morning, and I kind of want to ask Sauce Grande. Why don't they make charts of IV? Like, I want to see the implied volatility. Best place for IV chart. Is there a website that has the ability to historical volatility? Yeah, 3 years ago. Think or Swim has some good. Yeah. I want take a look at what's here. Historical option data. You gotta pay for this shit. I got a good CPA. No, I'm not worried about you. I'm just like, why not get into a stock with a long-term mindset? I mean, if you enjoy day trading and you want a lot of taxes to the government, you do you, bro. Like, you can buy the stock cheaper, but you got to pay your ridiculous tax rate versus like 15 or 20. Your CPA doesn't tell you to try and get into long-term capital gains. Now, there's like, say for example, you get into Palantir and you're up a lot and you think bad times are ahead, like the company's going to go out of business, or you know what I'm saying? But if you're up a lot and you believe in the stock, if anything, just sell. Well, I mean, if you sell calls and get it called away, it would still be short term. I'm just trying to help you up your game a little bit, bro. It's not financial advice. Thinking out loud. Circle at 218. This one actually coming down, but it gapped up crazy. This one's crazy, bro. Yep. Wouldn't trade with your money, Jimmy. I wouldn't trade with your money, but we're hoping, we're rooting for Ricky on this one. It was a really stupid buy, but held on to it too long. He had his chance to get out at even. Didn't take it. He got greedy. He's always asking if he got greedy. He got greedy. How's my Rocket Lab doing? Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to do. So I'm going to buy another 100 shares of Rocket Lab. A Rocket Lab. So then I'm at 500 shares. And then I was thinking about selling Coverage Strangles, but yeah. 28 days. Screw it. Lower my cost basis by $1. Wow, I'm not going to look to make full price on that. Lower my cost basis by 70 cents. If we get 50% profitability. A Rocket Lab. Coinbase up 9. Come on, Tesla. I mean, I don't. At the end of the day, this Tesla put spread could be. We got a $3.10. No. We got a 237 credit. So we could lose 300. 273 bucks. 267. So I don't know, 263. Max loss on that. Coinbase now up 10. It's running. Running with the devil. Why is Hood down, bro? Hood's going to be a good one because in 2 months, the S&P inclusion is going to start heating up. Again, it's a great company. Oscar is one that is everyone's talking about lately. It's not interesting to me. It could be one Ricky would have liked because it's a health play. I don't know why this one's off to the races. A lot of people are talking about it on Twitter. I'm not really looking to jump into something that's up a lot, but this is one of those when a lot of people are talking about it, it'll be interesting to see if it continues to run. Speaking of the devil, Ricky in the house. Are they? Do they? The breakout. Everyone is looking for Oscar. That is the next Oscar. Okay. Retail's favorite stocks right now. Hims, yeah. ASTS, I guess. Hood, yes. QBTS, a little bit. I don't know. Carvana, come on. CrowdStrike, come on. Oscar, yes. Rocket Lab, baby. Lemonade's back in the news. AMD, yes. Archer. Grab. What is Grab? That Cialis. Man, that's Cialis. That feeling, Cialis gives you kind of a rush to your head. Chris in the house. How you doing, brother? It's a nice feeling. And it's a nice feeling. It's a little bit of a euphoric feeling. You know what I'm talking about, Ricky? Do you get that feeling? Do you take Cialis daily or? Not to mention the granite down below my waistline. There's a slab of granite, baby. I'm kidding. Space. I wouldn't trade this with your money. Metaplanet. I wouldn't trade with your money. Palantir 140. CoreWeave continuing to just blast off into space. Meta offering $100 million to OpenAI engineers. Costco at 980. A whole slab of it. Do you take Cialis daily to dollar fill? Or just when you want to really drill baby drill? Or not at all? AMD 132? Nah. It would help your running. Feels good. I wouldn't mind. Just go tell the doctor that you have pee-pee problems. Neo. Yeah, garbage. Beep, beep, beep. That's a garbage truck. Lifting garbage into the truck. Rocket Lab. It was officially called a silver platter yesterday, and it's up $1.43. ASTS, Mo. That's the one. Maybe we should have went into that one instead. Look at that rocket ship, dude. Maybe I shouldn't have done the calls. I'm down on both. What? We were too greedy for. You were. I never said 22. I said 24, and I changed course and bought it. So you got to be fluid. You were too greedy. When I called it a silver platter, what else did you need, bro? And we went over this yesterday. Are you really gonna, when Rocket Lab's $100, are you really gonna quibble if you bought it at 30 or 22? Like, is it that much of a difference? And besides, you're buying what, 20 shares? So your little 20 shares don't amount to much. Actually, probably more like 10, knowing you. Or you'll buy a fraction of a share. You'll buy half a share of Rocket Lab, and then you're going to go out and buy like 7 shares of Neo. And then you'll spend $500 on some running shoes and some anti-wick shorts. Stream during finals game? Hell no. Like I don't even have a way to really watch. Oh, I guess it's on TV, but I don't have a TV in here. I don't give a shit about that game, dude. I will wait and see who wins. What's called diversifying? Buying a fractional, buying Neo, buying shit stocks? No. Yeah, it's called diversifying into crap. You are easily like, what is your profit and loss for the year, bro? What is your P&L? Are you up or you're down? We can look at my P&L. This account's up 65,000 year to date. My small account is up 3,700 year to date. The IRA was down like 90,000, I think. Somewhere between 50 and 90,000 at one point this year. We rode it. We rode the wave. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like it could go back down. A nuke could launch and this portfolio will be back down to negative 100,000 in no time. This account has 1,664 deltas. That means when the market's good, I'm up big. Coinbase, look at the profit and loss on Coinbase. That's just on the current position. That doesn't include what I made. Year to date down 8%. Yeah. Full time. Whose plays we like more. We'll do the old school gamer more. Ricky, Tom's silver platters. I should say Ricky's cheap garbage plays. Yeah, I know how this works. You're all gonna vote Ricky. Yeah, I already talked about Jimmy and I said terrible play, but we're rooting for you. Stupid play, but we're rooting for you to at least get back to break even. Got a long ways to go on that one, bro. I mean, this is tugging your portfolio down quite a bit. This is down like 9%. Is this why you're down so much? Profitable and 8 billion. They're not profitable. I mean, their profitability is shrinking. That's not how a stock goes up. And they're selling. They're diluting the pool. And they want to go like trading cards or some shit? Come on, dude. Rocket Lamb. Cause I'm a rocket lab. Cause I'm a rocket lab. Isn't that how the lyrics go? All right, let's get into crypto. I guess. Boring ass crypto. Dude, it is such a ghost town in crypto. Institutions are accumulating. Retail is just not interested, bro. We need to turn that frown upside down for sure before we get anything cooking over there. And I'm starting to lose faith. You gotta have faith. You got Elio Trade saying, oh, you gotta hang in there. We're almost there. Super cycle. He's just a cheerleader. Him and Alex Becker are just cheerleaders. Only one vote? Come on. When you guys aren't precipitating, that's bad. Uh-oh. Coinbase obtains regulatory license to offer crypto services across Europe. That's going to be good for the bottom line and the stock price. Speaking of voting, let's see how the testosterone is today. 6 likes. You guys, 6 people in the house, 6 likes. You guys brought the freaking heat today, bro. Greatly appreciated. All right, total 3. I do try and make a conscious effort to hit the like button when I watch good YouTube videos. Bitcoin dominance at 65. It's going up. That's good. Total is at 3.23. It's kind of been hanging around that for a while. Bitcoin's currently at 105.5. Below that track line of 106. Ethereum's doing okay. 2,500. I mean, doing okay. ADA's doing not so great. Ondo's not doing so good. So the alts are getting hammered a little bit. We're not even going to talk about Say anymore. Stacks. Ugh. Those were the antithesis of silver platters. Stacks. Celestia. Ondo. I think Ondo is a good silver platter play right now. I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know if we're going to get a alt. I don't know. I do not know. I'm hoping. So I'm not calling it a silver platter. If you think there's going to be an alt season, Ondo should be a silver platter. If. I don't know. Crypto's been weird. At least you're not retro in a left. I'm not gonna. You guys want Ricky's plays. I'm not gonna call silver platters anymore. How's Jupiter doing for Chris? Not so hot. JLP, however, the one I'm in, not so bad. I like this because this is fee based. You fees go back to the token or whatever. Min swap. Ugh. Remember when this one was going to $8? Jason Silver Platter call out, $8 min swap. That one's not working out at all. Sunday swap's probably in the same boat. Yep. Brett, remember when I bought that one? I should have sold that one. That was a bad play. I'm never doing meme coins ever again, bro. I'm never doing NFTs or meme coins. What's Trump doing? Like, how much am I getting? Yep. Stupid Wojak. Yep. Les is taking it on the chin there, I think. How's my favorite meme coin Caspa doing? I don't even remember. Yep. Should have taken my non-financial advice on that one. It's all right. I'm not judging. We've covered some of my losers, bro. Some of my bad decisions. Stack, Celestia, Trump, Base, Nike. Gonna remember going forward not to make those mistakes. Going forward, the only crypto I will be buying is Bitcoin. Maybe small amounts of just like other plays like Ethereum or whatever layer one I think can do well, but not in large quantities. It's about this is truly a Bitcoin accumulation game. If you don't see that, if you don't understand that, you're making an egregious mistake, and that's not financial advice. You should be trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible within your risk tolerance. I really hate it when people say like, oh, the United States has 23 million millionaires. First of all, that stat's stupid. That doesn't mean there's 23 million millionaires that are liquid $1 million that can go out and buy one Bitcoin. You know what I mean? One Bitcoin's 105,000. How many millionaires can go out and say, oh, I'm going to go put $100,000 to own one Bitcoin? That, but it is true. How many millionaires and how many of them can own one Bitcoin? And it's getting harder and harder and harder and harder to do. I do think Bitcoin will become the world's reserve currency. I don't think that's going to be anytime soon, but it's on that course. So, do I think accumulating a bunch of Bitcoin right now is a good idea? I don't know, bro. Because I do think there's a really good chance there'll be a bear market. So, but at the same time, there is a lot of legislation passing where maybe it goes up to 300,000 and then pulls back to 150. That's not out of the question. I don't know. No one knows. I'm not going to sit there and Kool-Aid sip you like a lot of Bitcoin maxis saying things like it's going to 300,000 this year. It's going to 1 million. It's not going to 1 million most likely. And it's most likely not going to 300,000. But it could go up to 190 and then pull back to where it is. I think it's more realistic that a lot of this stuff's not going to happen in the next 2 years. And it could, could get a bull run and it could go up to 130, 140, 150 and then pull back down to 90, 70, 90, 80, 70. Like, I do think that's possible. I don't hate dollar cost averaging. I'm a lump sum guy. I lump summed into Bitcoin during the bear market. I will lump sum into Bitcoin during the next bear market. And I'm willing, because I've already got Bitcoin. I got it, I want more. But I'm willing to take the risk that if the next time I buy it and it's bear market, if it goes to 300,000 and comes back down to 150 in 2 years, I'll buy it at 150, knowing that it's going up way more after the next halving. I'm okay with that, right? I'm not trying to be perfect. And anyone that's going to tell you, like, crypto's savvy, bro. Are you kidding me? He's probably still calling 3,000 Bitcoin, and it's a 10-year cycle. How is anyone still listening to that guy? Sweet AI? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you just trying to bring up another bad play? Thank you for reminding me that an egregious mistake. Getting AI FOMO. Crypto savvy as silver platters? Okay. Thank you for pointing this one out. How's this one doing? 0.001. Like, I'm down so much on that, it's not even funny. I'm not even, like, that one makes a comeback rate. This is what you call a tax loss. I'm not doing this shit anymore, dude. I'm done making dumb mistakes. That's why you want to prescribe to this channel, because there's no more dumb mistakes going forward. I'm done with the degenerate dumb stuff. I'm done. No more, bro. If you want to get high quality stock and option content and high quality Bitcoin content, this is the place. We'll cover the other garbage a little bit, but until things change drastically, it's whatever, dude. I'm not sipping the Cardano Kool-Aid at all. I don't even care what they're saying over there. I don't care what they're saying at Solana. I don't care. All right, let's ramble it up. Shorty B. I'm starting to get the feeling people don't want to be long into the weekend. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. Meta unveils smart glasses with Oakley launching this summer. I want some. Don't they already have smart glasses with Ray-Ban? Nostradamus. Altcoin bottom signal flashing. Too many non-working holidays in America's. Uh-oh. Soon we'll end up having a holiday. This is only in the government for the most part. Like, I had to work yesterday, Trump. AI will not have a hard time outfoxing us. I don't know if I covered it yesterday. Big hack on Google, Meta, or Facebook, and Apple. So if you don't have 2FA, you should change your passwords regardless. Bro, Murderbot is the best show. I am 2 episodes behind. I wasn't feeling it last week. So yeah, it's a good show. You guys need to listen to me more often when I give you good call outs on shows. You're always late to the party. You're always having to listen to your wife and watch dumb shit. Cynthia Loomis says the Bitcoin strategic reserve is the only solution for America's national debt. I don't agree with that, but I think it's paramount to national security. Finally, yeah. The thing that sucks about it is you start watching it and it gets good and it's over because they're only like 20 minutes. It's like a cliff. It's like you get into it. It's a cliffhanger at the 20-minute mark every time. So that's a show. Like if you haven't watched, honestly, I would wait and then just watch it like a movie. It'll be like a 2.5 hour movie. When I don't know if there's gonna be 8 or 10 episodes. I don't even know where we are. June 20th. So that one was last night. This doesn't go past today. Oh, so there's one more episode. 8 episodes are like 20 minutes. So that's 8. That's 160 minutes. That's like almost a 3-hour movie. Could probably break it up into 2 nights if you wanted to. When I started watching this episode, I got 3 minutes, about 3 to 5 minutes into it. I just wasn't in the mood, and I haven't. I've been rewatching Entourage. I really like that show a lot. I mean, I rewatched that less than 2 years ago, and I have no problem. When cars drive themselves and they are cheaper than others that are on the road, it's going to become a no-brainer. Ends quick, yeah. You like it goes by so fast, and you'll be so frustrated. You were kind of like if you just started watching it, it's not as bad for you because you can go to the next episode. I was watching I would watch it and I would have to wait to the next week every time until last week. Cardano announces Cardano Summit. No one cares. Someone tweeted earlier 4 billion of crypto options are expiring today. Big deal. Today is triple witching in the stock market and 6.5 trillion are expiring. Palantir really dropping. So is Bitcoin. The stock market tanking right now. Yeah, I mean the stock market's coming down, bro. Stock Nasdaq's red, so everything's coming down probably. Coinbase is holding up. Hood's down $2. Maybe I should sell my hood. No one wants to be long into the weekend. I don't care. Yeah, my Tesla's a max loss. That sucks. Rocket Lab's pulling out. Probably take my calls off here. WTF? Well, what do you mean WTF? On Palantir, like you're just pointing out, it's not even down that much, bro. Down a buck. It's down 1%. What are we doing? You're just trying to humble brag that you sold. Yeah, it's down 3%. It's still nowhere near Ricky's top. Ricky is dead wrong. Like, there's no way for Ricky to be right on this. Even if it goes below his top call, he was wrong. And that's just proves you can't call tops. You can't call bottoms, bro. Not with any consistency. And don't pay. Oh, thank you for the people that are being honest. Almost everything we have in equity is upper flat. "51% of Gen Z job seekers believe their degrees were a waste of money." I mean, that's becoming a problem. Watched Sinners yesterday. It was good. Great performance. Kind of like a New Age Dusk Till Dawn. Has that been brought up before? Sinners. Someone told me to watch outside of you guys. Told me to watch Mobland. Does this include vampires? 7.8 is pretty good. Where do you watch this? I like Michael B. Jordan. Was this at the movies? Where did you watch this? It's in theaters. I can't watch this, bro. So you went to the movie theaters? That's not happening. Does this involve vampires? Trying to leave the troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to the only to discover there's a greater evil that is welcoming them back. Is that greater evil vampires? Are you going to answer me, Velez? Sinners was good. You guys be going to the theater still? No, I watched it at home. Oh, you're using one of those buffet ass. I have a way to do that, but I don't care that much. A lot of times they're cam jobs. I can't watch that shit, dude. If it's good quality, sure, but I can wait. Don't call it a comeback. Rocket Lab moving back up a little bit. E-mini S&P is green. NASDAQ is, it's going to be a flat day. Unless like a nuke goes off. And there's nothing going to happen most likely with the war this weekend. I don't know. I was concerned that X News would hit hood. Oh, come on. You really think this is why it's down a couple bucks? AST Space Mobile stays strong and sees 5,000 July 25th, 45 puts, sell to open. I am ultra wealthy. BlackRock bought nearly $1 billion of ETH in June. No, they didn't. I don't know where people come up with these stats. Like BlackRock has an ETF, and they buy based off the inflows. They buy and sell based off inflows. That could be institutions. It could be retail. I hate it when people do this. Is BlackRock, and it's one word. Let's see. Fidelity. I mean, Fidelity has an ETF too. You understand how the ETF works? If a bunch of people buy the ETF, BlackRock has to buy the underlying. If a bunch of people sell the ETF, BlackRock has to sell the underlying. And they make commissions, bro. If I want to know that they are actually buying, how much Bitcoin does BlackRock own that isn't part of the ETF? There is no publicly information indicating that BlackRock directly owns Bitcoin outside. There you go, dude. Like, don't idiots. They're cheerleading you into thinking. It's like I hate it when people say, "Oh, Kathy Woods just bought a bunch of Tesla." Oh, Kathy Woods just bought a bunch of Tesla. You can go look at each one of their ARK investments and what percent of that portfolio is Tesla. Tesla goes up, they sell. They got to keep the percentage the same. And it's not like I don't know when they true up. Lemonade. Why is everyone talking about lemonade? Oh man, it is making a nice comeback. Oh, I mean, when in doubt, zoom out. Like I wouldn't touch this one. I don't know I don't know what's going on at their business. They got new management. If they're profitable, they got earnings coming up. Like I would not touch this one, bro. Jeff Bezos is a bro scientist. He called. Okay. Trump wants to bomb this weekend because he wants the shock of bombing to be diminished. Okay, that doesn't make much sense. Watch Meet Kevin and talk about. Don't tell me what to do, mofo. He's not talking about anything. Like if he just what is he watching CNN and giving his little gay ass comments? Is he playing Rust? Is he talking about his tendies? I'm freaking hungry, bro. Trump, Israel, money. Meet Kevin, just
right? Boom! It's perfect.
Oh, what a moron!
Have that line on your stock charts. You are not.
Be sure to take my sign up for my course where I teach you how to do technical analysis. I've only been trading stocks for 5 years. 7 years ago, I publicly said I would never be in the stock market.
The mainstream media is so slow on news that they're just doing a lot of the classic.
Flex account, that's cool.
We'll just go on commercial forever or talk about really boring things. Although,
hook me up, bro.
CNBC has a segment on Israel. I'm gonna give them that.
Get involved. Can Israel complete the mission on its own?
Sarah?
Possibly. I mean, there's always the option for a ground assault of some sort. That would be very risky, but could be effective. I think whether it's a ground assault or whether it's an aerial assault using U.S. bombers, eventually we're going to need to get people on the ground in that facility.
Everyone wants the Plex account.
Whether it's military personnel from a friendly country or IAE inspectors, which is far more likely. We're going to need to know what happened, how much destruction was there.
His cousin in a month's gonna be like, man, what's going on here? My internet had 7 terabytes out, and I had $1,000 bill.
It gives you enough capacity to make up to 10 nuclear weapons.
True.
Is there any realistic scenario where Iran comes to the table and there's a diplomatic resolution to this? Any talks? They haven't shown any willingness to do so, but the Iran foreign ministry,
even if they do, they're gonna lie and obfuscate. We have to go in.
It's interesting because not Israel and the United States are not present at that meeting. But is there some sort of ending here that can happen without?
And you ask, why is this so much more important that we stop it here versus, like, say, North Korea? The problem with Iran is that radicals could get a hold of this, and they will use it because they are radical AF. He's in the same field as me.
About the Iranians, look, they're talking tough going in. The foreign minister said Iran would not negotiate while conflict was ongoing, but yet he's sitting in Geneva. So you tend to have a lot of tough talk on the outside. Much of that is for domestic consumption in Iran. We'll see what happens behind closed doors. I was pleased to read that the foreign ministers of Germany, the UK, and France have said, look, we're going to talk not just about uranium enrichment, which should be off the table, which they should not be allowed to do, but also ballistic missile production and the export of terrorism throughout the region and the world. So I think that's a great starting point. I think those are high hurdles for the Iranians to get to. But at some point in time, their country will continue to get devastated and will need to come to the table. And look, I know something important to your viewers. We've yet to see a heavy impact on the Iranian economy, particularly the energy sector. And, if Israel moves to that first, attacking in large measure sites such as Karg Island, that could have a dramatic input on energy production, on the global economy. And so there are all these incentives for there to be some type of negotiation. The question is, given the regime, its head, its popularity, or I should say unpopularity with the Iranian people, what's it going to take to get them there?
Yeah, we got some notification from one of the shippers. The Hapag-Lloyd today said that the traffic out of the Straits is been uninterrupted so far. Do you think about how easy it would be to mine that area if the Iranians chose to do so, and what that would do to certainly a quarter of all oil traffic?
Be so bad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You're right. 20 to 25% of energy supplies coming through the Strait of Hormuz. It would not be difficult for them to mine it, or of course obstruct it with some type of sinking of a ship. That's something that we always kept in mind. I'm sure the Israelis are too. It would not be hard to sink the Iranian Navy, but you have to be 100% successful if you're going to prevent that. But that's just another key factor that's sitting out there that could have, an impact on global energy supplies. And look, I might add too, Iran doesn't have too many allies out there, but the allies they do have, Russia and China primarily, depend heavily on Iranian oil being shipped to them. So there's those impacts with Iran supporters as well.
He's a black
Iran
hat.
has to take into account.
He tries to hack
I
people.
hope you won't mind a question. Your name got invoked in these hearings for Secretary Hegseth this week, where Senator Slotkin said that Secretary Esper, had more guts than he did when it came to dealing with the use of military on protests here in the homeland. Your thoughts on how it's been deployed so far, and maybe this appeals court decision?
You know what's ironic is I'm going to get a copyright strike for this, most likely. And he's sitting there watching CNBC or news channels and probably doesn't get a copyright strike. How? Are you kidding me, bro? He treads the line.
Here's the latest that you've got to understand on Israel. Yesterday, we heard Donald Trump tell us that, look, we're going to wait 2 weeks. This is a form of taco, okay? Trump always chickens out. Now, is that necessarily a bad thing? No. In fact, in the Meet Kevin Alpha report, we said best case scenario.
There's no way this guy's not into pegging.
Of negotiated solution before strikes. Very critical.
I bet he likes to wear dresses on the weekend too.
Negotiated solution before strikes. Simply put. Let's get some of the latest though. So when we look at what else is going on, we're still having this exchange of ballistic missiles as well as airstrikes.
He still has his jet, bro. He doesn't shut up about. Most men are into pegging. I mean, if they're really hot, I wouldn't turn it down.
The Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action with Iran did lead Iran to join in.
He will bring up his jet at least once today, his little toy jet, and talk about how he's a jet pilot. And guaranteed, if this entire stream, it will be brought up once.
This is supposedly the talk that's going on in Geneva right now to have peace talks with Iran and the international community. Now, what is interesting about the enrichment of uranium? So think about this for a moment.
He loves that he scammed so many people to buy a jet. Trunk while flying.
Such as in
he does look like he's off the sauce.
Water nuclear facility. Remember that one that just
so good for him on that.
Weekend? There's the Iraq heavy water reactor that's used primarily for research purposes or whatever. That facility.
He probably substituted it with like Adderall or something though.
Oh my gosh, this could lead to fallout or larger issues. But it actually should, for you, paint a bigger issue. Not
I'm currently using Tadalafil.
That helps you understand why even peaceful use of a nuclear reactor could end up leading to Iran having
I don't know. Did he get off?
Directly bombed. You could see that here.
He can afford a good lawyer. I don't know if he got off or he just had to do like community service. A lot of times you just do like a bunch of community service and pay a lot of fines.
What's important is understanding what happens when you have a peaceful uranium energy program and how that could still help you get a bomb. So this is a little tricky.
Why would you be on vacation and stream several hours a day?
Cool. So look at this. This is the video right here. And we'll play it from the beginning here. There's the reactor. There it is. Inactive. They say inactive.
Go look at my timeline. See how many vacation days I took off from streaming.
And here you can see the footage of the direct strike, which is kind of remarkable.
Since I started streaming, go find a week where I didn't stream.
Insane. Just actual war footage of this happening. But here's why it matters. Okay.
And I have to work. This guy don't have to do shit.
Technology here. going to take this piece of paper and I'm going to explain something. And you should like take a screenshot of this and understand.
Yeah, it should I'm going to definitely take a screenshot of whatever he has to say right now.
When you have uranium
Oh my, why would
you basically just have ore, okay? So most
I didn't know he was at a PhD in physics.
You know, mass weight is basically uranium-238. That's pretty much what you find in ore. Okay, there are a few things you could do with uranium-238. You can use it in peaceful energy programs, and you could use it with a little smidgen, like 3 to 5% of U-235, to create a peaceful energy program. Okay, great.
Taking notes? Did you take a screenshot?
Let's call it 97% U-238, and let's call it 3% of U-235.
Thank you, Chris.
Which is your weapons grade enriched uranium. When you use these in an energy reactor for peaceful purposes, you end up creating plutonium. I want to say it's P239, if I have that correct, kind of like the handgun. Plutonium, yeah, it is. Plutonium 239, okay? Plutonium 239 is one of the byproducts. It's basically when
do we take the screenshot? Do we take multiple screenshots?
239. The irony of this is that you can start with this
He's taking breaks.
Initiative that this is just a piece.
He was hardly streaming at all over the past couple years while he was doing house scam.
Peaceful reactor program is plutonium 239, which guess what you could do with plutonium 239?
I think house scam's running out of money, so he's doing cash raises right now.
Okay. The other option is you could just go with enriching, or we call it centrifuging, 238, and you try to separate out a lot of the 235. You do this in a centrifugal process, and I always get this backwards, but I believe that the heavier stuff goes to the outside, so the 238, and then the U-35.
That is incorrect. The heavier stuff does not go to the outside.
This is a big
well, come on, moron.
How do you... And the 238 goes to the outside, and then in the gaseous state, the 235 goes to the bottom, and you could separate it through, you know, valves or suction valves or, you know, gas valves or whatever, right? Okay, so then what can you do with U-235? Well, you could either say, oh, don't worry, the 235 is just for peaceful purposes, or you could create the bomb.
He created a penis.
Okay? This is like a very over...
He's literally showing us his little small penis.
This is why people are worried about Iran doing any kind of enriching at all. Because if you consider that, oh, we're just going to have a peaceful program. Well, in order to have a peaceful program, you still need weapons-grade uranium to begin the 238 reaction. And if you have this nuclear... Yeah,
this is probably where you need the screenshot.
Plutonium-239, which could be used in a bomb.
3600 is weak.
But in order to have this peaceful reaction, you have to have U-235 centrifuged out of the 238 ore. But when you do that, what do you end up with? Well, you end up with a lot of U-235, which could also...
Why does he keep showing his penis?
Energy reactors or a bomb. So either way, okay, no matter how you have an enrichment program, no matter what you do, whether it's peaceful or not, you're going to end up with components that are possible for a bomb. Okay, peaceful. So you have the peaceful one creates peaceful plutonium for a bomb. You have the non-peaceful one, you create the components for a bomb. So this is why all of these negotiations around Iran stopping their enrichment of uranium completely is probably best.
Chat says market's crashing.
So I would say best case scenario, Iran does zero enrichment. They entirely give up enrichment. The next best case
Nasdaq down 130.
is Iran says, okay, we'll agree to inspections and we'll agree to some kind of massive limitations on what we can do. The way you limit that is you basically monitor how much 235 they create, that it's just enough for the peaceful purposes, and then you monitor what they do with bomb equipment. Not only do you monitor where the heavily enriched uranium is, the 235, and other, and again, I'm way oversimplifying here, but you also monitor where that plutonium goes, right? That is an option. It's less ideal than people just ending the enrichment program. That is exactly...
Look at this guy, Money Mags Mondak. I make finance videos trying to get 30 subscribers. Let's check him out.
Nuclear facility, because people are sick and tired of every time for the last 30 years Iran goes back to enriching, they end up with enough crap to make a bomb. Because again, even in the peaceful process, you get material to make a bomb. So it kind of is logical when people say, oh, Israel has enough material to make a bomb. Yeah, because even through the peaceful process, you end up getting bomb byproducts, which is kind of wild to think of. But anyway,
guys, welcome back to Money Bags Monday. My name is John, and today I'm going to tell you why the S&P 500 is for suckers. Do not buy it.
This is Choppa's kid.
Starting off, here's about the S&P 500. So after you're done trading penny stocks and losing a lot of money, you're like, dang, I really need a legit investment strategy. And then all the financial advisors will push you over to the S&P 500. If you're not sure what the S&P 500 is, it's a market index that tracks the performance of the in it. In my accounts, I think it's a lazy way to invest. If you don't even know what you're buying cash, you're like, how do I time that? There's books on just putting all your money
and limiting that, and hopefully seeing strikes maybe move towards more, less population-centric targets. That would be nice. However, the big issue that you have right now is that 3 hours ago we got an update from Iran that, quote, zero enrichment will, quote, undoubtedly be rejected. And this is where you kind of have this question of like this,
yeah. I'm Rocket Lab. Ethereum's now red. It is triple witching, so his intelligence has no bounds. Bitcoin 104. I legit kind of just want to sell all my crypto, bro. Except my Bitcoin and just move on. I kind of half-heartedly want to sell everything in the stock market right now and just wait for doom and gloom. Meet Kevin show is on. I'm not muted. I'm just kind of... Thanos asking where we should... Because we got raided last night. He's like, maybe we can set up a new base right here, but I don't want to live next to this fucking valley. MJ... Oh, MJ...
But they can stick on the wall. They can.
Guy's got more likes than me.
Walk on the ceiling.
Who's that guy?
Yeah, but can they walk on water?
They probably could.
No.
I just gave him a like. He's got a big fat dip in, bro.
bucket shower.
His mic is
Do
terrible.
Filipina do that. Do Barry.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he's in a jail cell.
Yeah, Barry's
my kind of man.
Yeah, he's my man. He's great.
Oh yeah, I do too, Barry. That is the one thing that was always good about being out in the province.
True Alpha. Jim J. Girl sits in the back like, yeah. They just living life, having fun, probably drinking every night, doing the MJ and what was it called? Venus? Is that his wife?
Uncle.
Yeah.
And that was when they told the kids, like,
Don't
I
talk
don't care,
about
just my name.
They got their, it must be a little cold tonight. They all got their shirts on. I gotta pee, guys. It's rolling on 8. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Basketball is my favorite sport. All right, Coinbase at 300. Rocket Lab at 29.29. Ooh, should have sold my calls. I don't. I'm gonna leave that on. Stop being a little bitch. Hood down $2 off the X news, I guess. I don't know. $76 is still good. E-mini S&P down 15. NASDAQ down 125. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thank you for hitting the like. Thank you for hitting the subscribe. Ain't no one hitting the subscribe lately.